I believe we have Mike Tash from the band Bad Influence on the phone. Mike, you there?
I'm here, Elliott.
Cool. Just want to make sure all the equipment and the person operating the equipment are doing their job properly.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, so you mentioned to me that the band Bad Influence, which you said has been around for about 38 years or so, is going to be inducted into a Maryland Entertainment Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. Yeah, I formed the band in 1988, so I went to Montgomery County Public School, so you'd have to do the math to see how many years that is.
Yep.
But we've been playing out in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area since then, and averaging like 60 to 80 shows a year for something like 30 years. It's kind of crazy to think we've been doing it that long.
Yeah, I get you on that. Like I started this radio show back in 2000, and when I hit the 5-year mark, there was a woman behind me doing a jazz show named Kawana who hit 10 years. And I'm like, man, 10 years on air, that is a long time. And now I've been doing it for almost 26, so I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah, and what's even crazier, for the most part, it's been the same three of us up front, me, Roger Edsel, and Bob Millardi, since 1993.
Yeah, that's consistency for you, for sure.
It is. David Saylor was playing drums till a couple years ago. He kind of switched over with Joe Wells during COVID, and Joe was our backup drummer, and Joe's kind of doing most of the gigs, and then David's doing the fill-in gigs right now.
That's cool.
So,
yeah, it's nice. Nice that they got the flexibility like that.
Yeah. So they have this. The Maryland Entertainment Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's on June 28th in Baltimore. So we're kind of excited to do it.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. So this organization, you said the Maryland Entertainment Hall of Fame?
Maryland, yes.
And what's the organization that puts it on?
As far as I know, that's the organization.
Oh, okay.
That they do it, and they kind of pick people, who have been in the area playing. It doesn't matter what style of music or what you do,
right? And
just kind of recognize people, because most of us, like you just said, with your tenure on the radio and me playing out, we just go and do it every week and don't realize it's been 38 years that we've been doing it.
Yeah, the years just pile up.
Exactly. So it's kind of like someone from the outside looking in, and it's like, hey, man, these guys have been in the area and they've been consistently putting out music and consistently playing shows for years, and they're part of this area, this heritage, or I guess history of music.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so they recognize a bunch of different people. I don't know who else is on the list for this year. They're kind of...
Well, I did hear that Charles Big Daddy Stallings from the Baltimore area is one of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Joe Thomas let me know that.
Oh, nice. He's been around for a while.
Yep.
And like I told you, we haven't really, I wanted to kind of announce it on your show. You've always been really good helping us promote things, and it's like, let you get the scoop.
Got it. So where exactly will be the induction event be held?
It is at a UAW hall in Baltimore.
Nice.
And yeah, exactly. And it's, catered hot food and everything.
Got to give the band some food for sure.
Exactly. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's funny, thinking back, because like I said, we just go and do the shows, and I look through some of the pictures that we have and just some of the other things that we've got to do. And it's like, we, in 2008, we got to open for Heart,
wow,
which was just kind of crazy. And, the one that just sticks in my mind the most is, we've played out in Chicago at Buddy Guy's a couple times, and every time we've played, Buddy's got up on stage with us and sang, and it's just one of those things that you think about, did that really happen? That kind of stuff. And
yeah, that's really cool.
We've just got to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, in preparation for the interview and stuff, I thought, well, I'll break out like the oldest album I have of the band, and it's labeled Where We Been came out in 1996. So just out of curiosity, I don't know if you even remember at this point, but how did that title come about, Where We Been? I guess that was probably maybe 10 years into your career with the band, or maybe 8 years or so.
It was, but it was also kind of when we solidified the lineup a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And the title basically is, that whole CD is all cover songs.
Right.
And it's kind of songs that each of us picked out that was a little, influenced us for a certain sound or a certain style, that kind of thing.
Oh, I got you. So Where We Been refers to the influences and stuff.
Exactly. And I kind of like, the fact, people tell us, we have a certain sound, and it's, even though we're playing blues, we're doing our own thing and our own kind of version of it. And, with our originals, it kind of comes from all the influences that we have. I mean, the name of the band, even, I know I've told you a million times, but,
right.
We couldn't decide on a name. We picked a record out of a box, and it was Bad Influence by Robert Cray, and it kind of stuck.
Yeah, that's a cool name. I mean, that worked out well.
I think so. There were a couple places that, I remember over the years, one in particular that didn't want to book us because they thought the name was kind of negative for a family event. And the family event that they were talking about was a wine and whiskey function that you had to be 21 to get into. So it was like...
That's ridiculous.
Exactly. I think they just, we were probably too expensive or something. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if they don't know the band and they hear Bad Influence, who knows? They really don't know, right? Are these guys going to be... Yeah, you don't know what to expect, I suppose.
Is it going to be a Black Sabbath cover band or something? You never know with that. I've gotten that before where, people thought we're a heavy metal band or we're, a hard rock band with that name. So
got it.
I guess it just goes both ways.
Okay. Yeah, one other thing I noticed about your CDs is you've got your own label, Bad Blues Records, which is kind of cool. And how'd that come about?
It came about, early when we started doing it. It was like really kind of early on the self-released CD world, and we didn't get, Alligator Records was really slow to return the phone calls. So,
oh man, what's wrong with those people?
So I came up with that, and it just, the whole thing about it is it just made it look more professional and more, the smoke and mirrors of a real record label. So all of our CDs, are on Bad Blues Records, and Roger did a CD, a while ago, and that was on, that's on Bad Blues Records as well. And it just looks, it looks like it matches, and it makes it, more of a package, for lack of a better word.
Right. So let's say some other bands are listening and they're thinking, well, I want to get my own label. I mean, does it cost much money do you just have to like copyright the name and stuff like that? I mean, what's involved?
Yeah, it's pretty much that. I mean, you have to register the names. If you want to be, super picky, I mean, I'm proud to say, I have a trademark on the name Bad Influence for a music. So you can do that. And it's, you file some paperwork and you just do, instead of using, you can do it instead of using your own personal name, address, you can set it up as a company. You can just set it up as just, that's the agency, for lack of a better word.
Gotcha. And who do you go to set up like a record label name and that sort of thing?
If I remember right, it was just a matter of copywriting the name, and then in Maryland, you just register it as a trade name.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure nowadays anybody can just do a web search and find all the information at their tips in no time.
Oh, it's way easier now than it was when I did it back in the early 90s.
Yeah, back in ancient times.
I think I had to go somewhere in Baltimore to file all this stuff.
Cool. Hey, so one other thing, I know you had mentioned you and Linwood Taylor, TNT, and that doesn't mean you're going to blow anything up. It means you're a band.
No. That's something that Linwood and I have been friends for forever, and it's just funny because when I was a kid, my mom used to drive me to the music store where Linwood worked, and I would buy strings back then. And so we, you know, a couple of years ago, we put this side project on for each of us called TNT, which is, you know, Taylor and Tash. And it's fun because we wear matching outfits and we play matching guitars, and we just have a good time. So we're doing that next Saturday, actually, for a fundraiser for the DC Blues Festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's an early show too. It's a 6 p.m. show.
And that's part of that kicks off the Silver Spring Blues Week, I believe, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. And I cut you off there. Where's that show?
That's at the American Legion down in Silver Spring.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, actually, that's on the blues calendar. So when I give the full rundown in just a minute or so, I'll include that one.
That's going to be a fun one. And then we have a couple cool Bad Influence shows if anybody wants to come out and see, you know, what it looks like after playing together for 30 plus years. You know, we're going to be at the New Deal Cafe at the end of the month on June 26th, the weekend of the Hall of Fame. And then we're doing a really cool show with Bad Influence and Mary Shaver at the Wintergreen Music Festival. That's the July 2nd. That's out in Wintergreen Resort, somewhere in Virginia.
Oh yeah, that's a ski resort. Exactly. I think it's down 81 south of Harrisonburg, I believe.
That sounds right. And then in August 7th, we're playing the Listening Room in Lewis, Delaware. So,
right.
You know, for other musicians and people who work in the area, we all know that in the summertime, you know, all the rich people have their beach houses and the rest of us are here working on the weekend, playing music. And this will be a gig for the people who have their beach houses. They can come see us in Delaware.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, man. It's fun. So, yeah. And again, you know, I got to thank you and everybody else at WPFW, because you guys have been playing us and supporting us for forever, going back to, you know, the Bama and you know, the Gator and just everybody since we started.
Well, that's great. Yeah, we always try to support the local scene. I mean, that's where it all comes from, right? So definitely just try to support our own.
Yeah, and it doesn't go unnoticed. We definitely appreciate it.
Cool. Well, anyway, congrats on the induction. Tell the band I say hello, and congrats and future success to you guys.
You got it, man. We'll see you real soon.
All right, sounds good, Mike.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, again, that was Mike Tash from the band Bad Influence. He's a guitarist with the band. As I always do at this time of the show, I'm going to play a locally based band. I'm going to go ahead and play Bad Influence from their 1996 release, Where We Been. This is Magic Sam song, You Belong to Me. This one features Bob Millardi on the vocals.